Hello everyone, welcome back to Francis Entertainment Center. Last stories today are called Time Twist and Time Master. Enjoy the video. John drives to the market with Garfield and Odie. During the ride, John notices the clear night sky and wonders about other beings beyond their world and time. Meanwhile, an alien travels back home with his wife Miriam, demanding that he get cheese puffs and a jelly donut. He proceeds to do so by stopping at Earth in the 21st century, parking right next to John's car after John goes into the store while Garfield sleeps in the car. Garfield soon wakes up to the presence of a spider, which he attempts to swat. When he attempts to do so at the front of the car, he makes the lid flip open, bringing him into the alien's vehicle, admirably activating it. It takes him away from Earth into a planet made of cheese. There he encounters who he thinks is sweet, but turns out to be a savage alien resembling a mouse, who is soon joined by others in chasing him. Garfield then requests dinner, only to be made dinner by becoming part of a sandwich. He soon escapes and returns to the alien's vehicle and manages to escape from the planet. In space, he consults a book to find out how to fly the vehicle, but has no luck. He's eventually taken to a planet which has a creature that looks and acts like him. The creature is also able to occasionally turn into a monster, which he does right then. Terrified, Garfield retreats to the alien's vehicle, which takes him through a wormhole into a planet that appears to be his own. Then finds out that the planet's citizens consist of giant spiders, two of which are John and Odie. Finding the tables turned, Garfield runs away from the spiders as they prepare to swat him. Back on Earth, John and Odie are done shopping and discover Garfield missing. They get help from the alien traveler, who notices that his vehicle is gone as well. The alien uses a remote warning device to recall his vehicle. As Garfield tries to get back to the vehicle, he sees it getting ready to depart. He manages to grab onto the back of it as it leaves the spider world and returns to Earth. With both back, the alien leaves for home, only to briefly return to get the jelly donut. Garfield notices the spider on the ground and flees in terror. As morning arrives, John is woken up by his alarm clock and realizes that he's overslept. Rushing through the morning routine, John serves Garfield frozen lasagna and causes Garfield to spill coffee onto himself, much to the latter's annoyance. After John dries off, the garbage collectors arrive. One of them mentions that he has found and took an old pocket watch from one of the trash cans, thinking it may be worth something. His coworker labels it as valueless and throws it onto the Arbuckle front lawn. Meanwhile, Garfield and Odie exit to the backyard as Garfield complains about the morning. Napping in the garden chair, Garfield tells Odie not to bother him, leaving the dog to chase after a butterfly. Odie unintentionally finds the pocket watch and brings it back to Garfield. Garfield pressures the watch's button. The world around him suddenly stands still in time, with only him able to move. Time resumes as suddenly when the button is pressed again. Garfield is at first perturbed, but realizing the power potential, uses the watch to push Odie into the path of the garden sprinkler. The next morning, when the alarm clock rings, Garfield freezes time to sleep longer. Later, Garfield uses the watch to cause John to pour multiple bowls of cereal when Garfield was only allowed one. Noticing Herman Post, Garfield hitches a ride in Post's mailbag. Overhearing that the latter plans to skip a house of yapping dogs, Garfield mischievously stops to push Herman into their property. Garfield soon runs to Nermal, who mentions that he is going to a major cat pageant. Yet again, using the watch, Garfield uses a woman's makeup palette to paint Nermal's face like a clown. As Garfield is fooling around on a zebra crossing, the watch suddenly stops working, unable to resume time. Garfield realizes that without the world halted, no one will be able to make him food, and panicking, goes around prodding people in hopes it will resume time. In frustration, Garfield throws the watch against the sidewalk, causing time and subsequently all previous events to reverse, turning the morning of each of the story's beginning. Waking up, Garfield retracts his wish for time to stand still. Garfield calls the experience nightmarish, save his action toward normal.